All right, so a great story just came out from The Intercept, who's been on top of the Roundup stories for over 10 years now. Sharon Lerner is one of the great people they've had doing wonderful work.
She's brilliant.
And so they've got this new story that actually covers the last several years, what's going on with Roundup. And unfortunately, it started under the Biden administration and has kind of been put into superdrive this year. We have a potential for the government working through the EPA with Bayer to basically kill the remaining lawsuits from these people that have developed horrific cancers, non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, from years of exposure to Roundup. You have handled these cases. You have grilled these a-holes more than anybody else. And you've got some pretty good victories against them. But what we're seeing with the government, and again, started under Biden, kept going under Trump, they're trying to protect Bayer by changing the way lawsuits can work, specifically these failure to warn. So you know this better than anybody.
Let's back up. When you say it started under Biden, you have to understand Biden got huge money from the industry. He got it from Bayer, Monsanto. More importantly, Farron, he got it from the big silk stocking law firms that represent these people. Okay? So this was a payback by Biden. Here's what Biden was willing to do, and here's what Trump, I don't know what Trump's going to do with it. We'll see. But it is that most lawsuits that you bring are under what we call a failure to warn. You didn't tell people that were using this that this could cause the most awful cancer, non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, and that you're going to die a slow, ugly death. And oh, by the way, we've known about it for decades. All the rats we tested, they all died. All the monkeys we tested, they all died. All the beagles we tested, they all died. And oh, by the way, we covered that up. We didn't tell the EPA. We told nobody about it. It was a big secret. And then we see the calculations where they're actually calculating how many people can die and this still be profitable. So they come out, Bayer, Monsanto, they come out and they say, listen, we're saving the world. Because of glyphosate, people can eat all over the world. It was nonsense. They were destroying farms all over the globe with glyphosate. And so all of a sudden, the government says, well, we need to protect these people. They're thugs. These are thugs. The only way I know how to put it, when you were taking a deposition, I feel like I was across the table with sociopaths. I swear to God, I'm sitting there
like you're talking with like Ted Bundy.
Yeah, same quality, Ted Bundy psychopaths. So they knew it was killing people. They know it's all, there is zero question that the exposure to glyphosate causes non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. And it's a terrible, terrible death, okay? So you have the red state governors that want to, they want to make the farmers happy. So they say we're gonna push this. If this happens, then they have the right to never disclose, never warn that product, whether it's paraquat, whether it's DDT, we don't have to warn of anything, even though all the information we have is overwhelming that will kill people a slow, painful death. Now, the people at Bayer, I want you to think about something. Monsanto had already been hit dozens and dozens, billion-dollar verdicts against Monsanto, okay? This idiot that runs Bayer says, hey, I think I'm going to buy Monsanto. I mean, look, now think about that. The fool that says he's looking at everything happening, he sees that this is out of control, it's a catastrophe. He comes in and buys Monsanto and says, wow, this is a good deal for the company. The guy's still with Bayer. He should have been fired immediately. So what do? They go to the regulators. Regulators will always save us. EPA especially. EPA is the most useless, it is the most useless regulatory agency next to the FDA that we have in the United States.
Well, and here's the weird thing about these failure to warn laws that they're trying to change here is under the state laws that so far none of them have succeeded, thank God, but they're coming back this year again. So it says basically if the EPA doesn't say that this product will give you cancer, then you can't sue them if you do get cancer. So I'm the corporation here. I've got a stack of papers right here from my internal documents that says this gives you cancer. This first cover page doesn't say that. So what did they start doing after 1991? They said,
let's go with that one.
Here you go, EPA. That's all you need. Hey, just ignore all the other people's papers and only go with ours.
You want to hear something really crazy about the one that says this is not a problem? It was written by the company, and they paid scientists millions of dollars after it was written to sign the bottom.
Yeah, to lie.
To lie. You pay one of these cats at Harvard, Yale, Princeton, and you say, we're going to pay you $1 million. All you got to do is sign this document that we've made. That's how ugly this story is.
So the EPA, because in 1991, EPA says, look, Roundup causes cancer.
No question.
And so
there was zero question about
that's
it.
when the industry started sending in the lobbyists, started giving more money to politicians, and sent them their research, said, look at our stuff, throw away the rest of it.
But why
and the rest is history.
under Biden? You understand?
Yeah.
We wouldn't be facing this except Biden put it on track.
Yeah, this.
And now Trump, the Trump EPA, they're going to look at this and say, oh, wow.
Oh, I mean, you got a
Democrat
fossil fuel lobbyist running the EPA again.
Exactly. Yeah.
And look, the EPA is the start. If they can do it with Roundup, next thing it's going to be the pharmaceuticals.
Of course.
It's going to be every person you've ever taken down in court.
Of course.
The tobacco industry.
It's immunity.
All
We
of
don't
these
have to
people.
warn about anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Ugly story, man. Barely covered, by the way.
Yeah.
Lerner is brilliant. She is, you know what, I want to tell you one quick story. When I was trying the PFAS cases in Ohio, the 5 cases that really launched to the public that PFAS would kill you, the only reporter that was covering it at that time was Lerner. She was there every day covering the story, what happened at APAP, what happened in trial, what new information do you have. She is a brilliant journalist. God, if we only had more of her.
Welcome to the Ring of Fire YouTube channel. I am Farron Cousins, the host of Ring of Fire here on YouTube. I don't know if this is your first time here or maybe you're somebody who comes here every single day, but either way, let me tell you what's going on. Ring of Fire was actually started in the year 2004 by none other than our own America's lawyer, Mike Papantonio. And over the last 20 plus years, Ring of Fire has gone from being a 1-hour weekend radio program on Air America through a series of changes. Go Left TV, which we started back in 2007. We've been on the Young Turks network. And of course, this very YouTube channel here that started, obviously, as they all do, with no subscribers. And we've now ballooned to well over 1 million as we go on our way to that 2 million mark. So again, if this is your first time here, make sure you subscribe. Take a few minutes, look around. We have content that actually goes back 20 years. So there's lots to see, there's lots to do. And trust me, with the next 4 years of Donald Trump getting back in office, we will be here every day, every single day with fresh content for you to keep you informed about what's happening and, of course, to warn you of the potential dangers that Donald Trump poses as we approach his second term.